Hi and welcome to my channel. So I'm going to be sharing a very unpopular opinion about domiciliary care in the UK. You may be watching this and you're thinking, Melvis, what on earth is domiciliary care? So domiciliary care is a type of carer job in the UK. So there are so many different types of carer jobs that you can apply for. Domiciliary care is one of those. It's where you're caring for people in their own homes, which means that they're not like in a nursing home or in a hospital, but people stay in their own houses and you go there to support them. Look, for some reason, there's been quite a lot of negative press about domiciliary care, and I felt the need because of many things that have happened to share this side of domiciliary care that isn't often seen and that obviously no one whatsoever is talking about. So and I'm going to say that getting carer jobs in the UK right now is a huge challenge. It is a massive challenge getting carer jobs. And if you're currently looking for jobs, you know what I mean. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Are you looking for a carer job? What type of carer job are you looking for? How long have you been searching for this job? Have you had any interviews? Have you been successful? What's happened so far? Just share your experience in the comment section below so that we can see exactly what's going on at what stage you are. So if you're new to my channel, obviously you're welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I do appreciate your time, and I do hope that you're finding these videos helpful, because the reason I do them is so that you can have that insight. Obviously in a video like this, it's impossible to provide all information that is needed, but I do my best to provide as much information as possible so that it can guide your planning, it can guide your thinking, it can guide your decision making, it can guide that journey, whether you're already in the UK or not. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. And by the way, before I get started and before I forget, I do have a newsletter where I share information about the best visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK, the best pathways to move to the UK, free visa sponsorship opportunities so that you're not spending thousands of money to move to the UK. Career progression opportunities in the UK. So you're already in the UK right now. What else can you do? What are other opportunities that are there? What else can you do with what you've already got in the UK? Work from home jobs so that you don't have those, geographical boundaries of thinking, what can I do? And these jobs are generally very highly paid, as well as work, side business opportunities that you can do. So I share all of that information directly from my newsletter. If you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to that newsletter. Once you join, then I'll send that info directly to your inbox so you never miss out on any vital information that is so crucial for your personal and professional development here in this beautiful country, the UK. It won't take you up to 20 seconds to join the newsletter, and you're going to be a part of it. So I'm looking forward to kind of interacting with you through that newsletter and sharing that information, sharing that energy, and getting to know more about you as well. If you want, any if you've got a question, for example, that you're thinking you don't want to leave it on here, you can use that newsletter as well. You see all my contacts on there. Do feel free to use that if you've got any personal question. Otherwise, leave your questions in the comment section below and I'll be able to join you on there, because again, I know that this is a topic that there's quite a lot going on when it comes to domiciliary care. People have got questions, people have got queries. Again, do leave them in the comment section below and I'll join you on there. So like I was saying, domiciliary care is where you're caring for people in their own home. So like, in case you're wondering what it's like, so in a day, let's say you can have 10 clients. Just to give an example, you can have 10 people that you need to see. So what happens is, obviously 10 is just an example. It could be 5, it could be 20. It just depends on where you live and what the people obviously need. So let's say if you've got 10 people, it could be that you go to the first person's house, you help them with like personal hygiene needs, then you leave, you go to the second person's house, you help them with, I don't know, making breakfast, and then you go to the third person's house and maybe you're there with another carer and you support them with maybe hoisting them out of bed, for example. Then you go to the fourth person's house and maybe you support them with, I don't know, having a shower, for example. So that's what domiciliary care is. So you're going from one house to another. And by the way, before I forget, my name is Melvis. I currently work, here in the UK as an advanced nurse practitioner. So I work in England. I also moved to the UK as a carer, by the way, because people are always like, oh, you're talking about all of this. But I say this from a place of insight, from a place of experience, within this field, within this sector. I was working as a carer in a nursing home. That's how I started my own healthcare journey. And then I studied as an international student in the UK to then qualifying as an adult nurse, and then I've progressed beautifully following that to working as an advanced nurse practitioner. So I have a private career coaching service where I support nurses, carers, student nurses, students, prospective students, student nurses with career progression in the UK, as well as people that are looking for those visa sponsorship opportunities in the UK. So my private coaching program is called Nursing Career Bootcamp. If you check the description box below or the about section of this YouTube channel, you're going to see a link to join my program. And what the program does is it offers you that individualized support, that personalized support, and that tailored support that you deserve in order to secure those visa sponsorship opportunities, progress within your career in the UK. If you're here as a student dependent on the visas, you get support to switch that visa. If you want to move jobs, you get support with that as well as career progression. What else can you do? Maybe you're a nurse, for example, and you've come to the UK as a carer and you're thinking, oh my God, how do I upgrade myself to becoming a nurse? Again, you get that support, that tailored, individualized support, CV writing, what opportunities are available, what's the best thing for you, what's currently going, you get all of that. There's quite a lot to the program, but I do hope that, if this is you, then you should consider joining that program so that we can get started. So that's what it is. And like I was saying, with domiciliary care, there's quite a lot of mixed opinions. Some people are like, oh my God, I spoke to one of the nurses who joined my private coaching program. When we're having our one-to-one session, I said to her, what sorts of jobs are you currently looking for? And she was like, Melvis, I would do any job in the UK except that domiciliary care. I don't want to hear anything about it. It's just not for me. And I said to her, what is it about domiciliary care that you don't like? And she was like, Melvis, I've heard loads of horror stories about this domiciliary care. It's something that I don't want to deal with. No matter what, I don't want a job in domiciliary care. And I've heard many people obviously say that, and they're like, oh, I've watched these videos. But there's something about domiciliary care that I want to tell you. Domiciliary care is, let me say, 70% of carer jobs in the UK that are offering visa sponsorship at the moment and are currently domiciliary care. What that means is that of 10 UK jobs, carer jobs that are offering visa sponsorship, 7 of them will be domiciliary care. The other 3 will be any other type of carer job. What this means is that as an overseas candidate that needs visa sponsorship, of every 10 jobs, if you say, I don't want to apply for domiciliary care job, which is your choice, obviously, as a candidate, rightfully so. If you don't want a job, there's no way you're going to get it anyway. You can't be applying. It's the choice that you have. But I'm just here to tell you what the odds are and what the side of domiciliary care that you may not actually be aware of is the fact that 70% of those carer jobs are actually domiciliary care jobs, which means once you take that out of the equation, you're only left with the other 3 carer jobs to apply for. And let me tell you, there are thousands of candidates that are applying for these jobs. Thousands and thousands. Like one job advert receives like thousands of applications. It doesn't mean that all these applications are worthy, obviously, but what it does mean is that there is very high competition. And even for the best candidates, it can be incredibly challenging getting that opportunity. So you need to be really, really careful when you're making your decisions, when you are deciding on something based on hearsay without having the data, because I'm going to say that how you get to the UK doesn't matter. It is what you do with yourself once you get to the UK that ultimately is going to determine your success in this beautiful country. So if you've got the opportunity to come to the UK or to get visa sponsorship job as a domiciliary carer, please do not turn that down, because how you start your journey doesn't matter. It is how you're able to use that as an opportunity, to use that as a stepping stone in order to achieve more when you get to the UK. Look, there's no bias here about being a carer. Like I say, I started my own journey as a carer, but I've been able to progress beautifully. There are loads of opportunities in the UK. You could, if it's not for you and you've already got it, you can find other opportunities. You can find other ways of swapping, for example, or switching or progressing into other things. Like some of the carers that came last year, for example, they've already started their nursing this year. I've got 3 carers in my private coaching program that came to the UK last year. And this year in January, all 3 of them started their nurse training at university. Again, how, some of them were already like, they were all very experienced back home in different sectors. None of them was actually in healthcare. So again, what I'm trying to say is if you don't limit yourself from opportunities, don't don't take yourself away from opportunities. How you start your journey in the UK does not matter. It is what you do with that opportunity. Certain opportunities are a stepping stone. Certain opportunities are there to get you into the room, to get you through the door. So again, you need to really consider that when you're making your choices, when you're making your decisions. Obviously, you need to be really careful, because if you're already in the UK, it's a different story. You can say, okay, I've got other members as well in my program who are in the UK doing domiciliary care or working in other areas, and they want to switch or swap to other areas. That is absolutely fine. But what I'm trying to say is, don't just close up yourself and say, I'm not going to do this if you're in a position where you really need a job. Because all of us obviously are from different situations. Some people are from very wealthy homes. They don't even need to move to the UK. Some people are studying in the UK as students. Again, they're from very wealthy families. They don't have to stay in the UK if they don't want to. Other people are struggling. Their families depend on them. If you're in, you need to understand what your own situation is and act accordingly. Like I say, it's within your right to decide on what you want to do and what you don't want to do, but you need to make sure that you're acting according to data. Because like I say, if you remove yourself from a particular opportunity, and that is what covers most of the opportunities available, then you've taken yourself, out of a lot. Because if jobs were easy, look, nobody would be offering visa sponsorship. If being a carer, a nurse, or a doctor, for example, was an easy job, I can assure you that nobody would be giving visa sponsorship to overseas candidates. When you look at the jobs that are very highly paid in healthcare, for example, the non-clinical healthcare jobs that don't also require any degree or any experience, they don't have so many vacancies. I say this because I support candidates in my private coaching program to apply for these jobs. When these jobs come up, I'm like, oh my god, there's a job out. I need to make sure that everything is spot on. CV, personal statement, application is so perfect to apply, because there are not so many of them. But when you look at nursing jobs, carer jobs, jobs as a doctor, there are thousands of them, because these jobs are low paid. Most people in the UK don't want to do them anyway. So they are reliant exclusively or almost exclusively on overseas candidates. So, by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you do want to hit subscribe right now. Turn on that notification button so you're the first to be notified when I drop a new video on here. I've also remembered, I don't know if I've spoken about my newsletter, but I do have a free newsletter where I send information directly to your inbox so that you're not reliant on the YouTube algorithm to get that info. So if you check the comment section below, you're going to see a link to my newsletter. And then once you join, I send that info directly to your inbox, all about career progression pathways in the UK, visa sponsorship opportunities, updates on UK visas, news that is important for you to know, as well as, work from home jobs and career progression, side hustle opportunities that you can start in order to just supplement your income. So, if you just drop your name and email, then you're part of the newsletter. That's so that you don't miss out. Because I know that the YouTube algorithm, you may have seen this video by chance, but if you join my newsletter, then I ensure that I send updates directly to you so that you don't miss out. So that's the purpose why I started the newsletter. I've got thousands and thousands of people on that newsletter. And, when I send info, I get loads of emails back, loads of replies from people saying, oh my God, Melvis, thanks for letting me know about this. I would never have known. I didn't even know that this had changed. This has really helped me with my visa. Just different ideas and opinions, so that you've got that holistic approach when it comes to getting the information that you need. Because with regards to the UK, laws are changing all the times, and rules are constantly changing, and you do want to make sure that you're up to date, you're informed, and you're aware of everything that is going on. Because obviously, as you know, the law doesn't pardon any ignorance. But if you want that personalized, that tailored, and that individualized support, then consider joining my private coaching program, which you can find in the description box below or the about section of this YouTube channel. Once you join, First, we have a one-to-one session to discuss, what's your experience? Have you got any educational qualifications? Have you got any work experience? What's the best next step for you to undertake? If you're wanting to move to the UK, what are the best visa sponsorship opportunities for you to go for, depending on obviously, your experience, preferences and all of that. If you're already in the UK, we go through what do you want, what are you doing right now, what else is out there for you, CV writing, interview preparation. We have live sessions. You're also going to get support from other members of the program. So it's a really holistic approach, and just ensuring that you don't only get those senior positions or get those jobs that you want or that visa sponsorship, but you're also supported with life in the UK. You want to buy a house, what do? Childcare, what is going on? What are the bonuses? What are the best places to live? What should you do? How do you settle in at work? If there's a mistake, what is expected from you? Because the truth is, sometimes our places of work want to support us, but there's no time. Because the thing in the UK is time. People want to support you, but there's no time. So the program ensures that you have the support you need to preempt everything that's going to be happening, so that you're already aware of how to act, what to do, and the expectations obviously to have. So I look forward to seeing you obviously in that program. And like I was saying, if I was coming to the UK right now, would I apply for a domiciliary care job? One of the members also asked me during one of our one-to-one sessions, I think it was last week. She said to me, Melvis, if you were coming to the UK right now, I know you started your journey working in a nursing home, would you apply for domiciliary care? And I said to her, I would. I would apply for any job that will legally get me to the UK. I wouldn't mind. As long as it's a legal job that is going to give me a visa to get to the UK, I would apply. And that was what I did anyway when I was moving. But once I get to the UK, I'm going to explore what opportunities are available. I'm going to find what else I can do and then progress, which again is what I've done in my own career. And that's what I advocate for, because how you get to the UK does not matter. You know what I mean? There are people that have come to this country that become billionaires. They're so successful. They came to the UK through different ways, different means. It doesn't matter how they got here. The main thing is that they're here now and they've been able to make something out of their lives. That's what I'm trying to say. If there's one thing I want you to get out of this video, is the fact that how you start, how you get to the UK does not matter. Embrace any opportunity that comes out to get here, because look, it's not easy. Even getting the domiciliary care job is so hard. I say this because, like I say, I've got hundreds and hundreds of people in my program that I support with this pathway. It is not an easy journey right now. Getting those free visa sponsorship jobs from legit UK employers, I put in a lot of hard work, a lot of energy and dedication to find those jobs. So if you do get a job, don't be like, oh, no, get to the UK. If you're already in the UK, you have to constantly upgrade. What else can you do? What else is there for you to do? That's how you act. You don't turn down opportunities if they're going to give you better better prospects for the future. You need to always look at the future. Like me, I always try to look ahead. When I started my journey working in a nursing home, I knew that I was going to progress. I knew that I was not going to remain as a carer in a nursing home all my life. So it is the ambition that you have in you that is ultimately going to make all the difference. So yes, there's going to be challenges along the way. Yes, you're going to see other people, but the thing is, you need to focus on your own pathway. You need to focus on your own situation. Yes, some people can afford to say, I don't want to do this job. I rather do this job. But there are many of us that are in critical situations. Our families rely on us, and we need to take the bold step, no matter the challenges, to be able to put food on our tables. And what I'm saying is, if you're in that situation, think twice when you're turning yourself down or when you're putting yourself out of a certain opportunity. And look, domiciliary care is one of those opportunities. So if you've got any questions, you've got any queries, you've got any thoughts, any ideas, leave them in the comment section below. I do understand that it is not an easy job. It's not easy going from house to house. I've done domiciliary care myself, so I know what it means. When I was studying, when I was a student, I still worked as a carer in different places. I took any job that gave me the flexibility, and there was a period of time that I did domiciliary care. So I understand the challenges that it brings. But what I'm saying is, it's there to take you to that next step. It's there to help you as a stepping stone onto something else that you want to become. So if you're somebody who is very ambitious, very success driven, yes, you're still going to succeed irrespective of how you get started. So yes, don't stay there. Do make sure that you move and continue to improve yourself. But what I'm saying is, don't just close doors, don't just close yourself up and say, oh no, this, you need to be really strategic. You need to be very wise and very smart when you're making those decisions. By the way, I've shared this video with your friends, with your colleagues, with your loved ones, just as a way of encouraging them, as a way of saying, look, you may be struggling now, but it doesn't matter. It may seem scary, but it's okay. Because at the end, you need that stepping stone to be able to get into the room, to be able to get into the door, if you understand what I mean. And then from there, you can always see what else is there. What else does the future bring? So it's very important. All of us need somewhere to start. All of us need somewhere to begin. And if domiciliary care is what it's going to be for you, then please take it as such and embrace the opportunity. Learn as much as you can. Do the job with all your heart, basically. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't know if it makes any sense, but anyway, I've done videos on this channel about all other opportunities that there are in the UK. It's not only career pathways, there are many other things, non-clinical jobs that don't also require a degree, like I've said. Do make sure you check them out. And if you want my individualized, tailored, and personalized support, again, consider joining my private coaching program where I can support you with all of that. Otherwise, you can also join my newsletter, which is completely free, and I still send that info directly to your inbox to ensure that you have access to those updates and you're aware of what is happening and what other opportunities are coming up. Also, subscribe to the channel because I do share loads of information on here to ensure that you're up to date and you're aware of everything that's going on in the UK. Again, do share this with your family, friends, loved ones, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video and answering your questions in the comment section below. Thank you. See you in the next video.